A. Now, of course, the side order hype has not died down at all, and recently I've been going back and watching both side order trailers, and I realized just how different the second one is from the first one. Now, obviously, because in the first one we just got a bunch of screenshots and of Agent 8 standing in Inkopolis Square, but Inkopolis Square itself looks very, very different. Like you can see right here, the comparison side to side, they look very different. Most notably, the Spire of Order. In the first trailer, it had this more traditional building look, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to mention this, but this kind of reminds me of the copied city from Nier Automata. It looks very similar with the structure and like the architecture and the way it's designed, but here in the second trailer it looks a lot more fitting to what we've seen in the second trailer, more like digital and technological, as if we're in a simulation like a lot of people have theorized already. But this just goes to show how much love and attention they're putting into side order. Also, the coral in both of the trailers are also different. In the first trailer, they kind of look like just these blocky, not really blocky, but like stubby, they kind of look like broccoli florets. They're just like very compact and stubby. But in the second trailer, they're more like spread out and look like actual coral. They're taking up a lot more space than the ones in the first trailer. But it looks very different. It's much more like spread out and bigger to kind of show that it's had more of an impact. And the Spire of Order itself looks different, and just the scene as well. Just looking at both trailers side by side, the second trailer is a lot more high quality than the second, not just in resolution, but just how everything looks. The model of 8, it's a lot more clear and defined. Just the second trailer looks so much better. A lot of people were worried that side order wasn't getting the love that it deserved based off of the first trailer. What we saw, it kind of looks not sloppy, but when I just saw a screenshot of it earlier today, because I haven't seen the first trailer in so long, when I saw the square, I was like, this kind of looks like, you know, an asset flip, like a Unity asset or whatever, like one of those new releases on Steam. It kind of looked like that a little bit. So a lot of people were worried that side order isn't really going to be that good. But then we get this new trailer and it looks amazing. It looks absolutely beautiful. And that was just in the span of 7 months. All right, just a little over half a year, and it's had that much improvement. That's kind of wild. And we have what, almost another half year left before it actually drops in spring of next year. So it shows that the developers really are taking their time and putting a lot of effort and love into side order, because Splatoon is relatively a big series for Nintendo. It sells pretty well. Splatoon 3 is the fastest selling Switch game of all time in Japan. So Splatoon has quickly become a big series for Nintendo, and it's apparent that a lot of people, including Nintendo themselves, care about it. So obviously they're going to put time and effort into it. But I just think it's kind of wild to see how different both trailers are in just a short amount of time, because half a year is relatively short in the grand scheme of game development, since a lot of games take years upon years to make. As we already know, Nintendo does that. They hate crunch, so they won't put their employees on the crunch. They don't like rushing them, so they'll take as much time as they need to create incredible games. You know, as is the case with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, both being in development for 6 years, and those have been deemed some of the greatest games, if not the greatest games ever created. You know, and Metroid Prime 4 is still in development. Haven't heard really anything about that, but when it comes out, it's going to be amazing. Just like Splatoon 3 spent a lot of time in development, and it's a massive improvement over Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2 came out 2 years after 1, and it was still relatively similar. Splatoon 3 came out many years after, and it's a massive improvement. So seeing side order then compared to now is just, it makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face. It shows that they're actually taking time to develop this properly and with care. So I'm very excited to see what side order is going to be like. I still have a ton of side order videos I need to make, but I just kind of wanted to put this out there real quick. I was kind of just like, you know, I see them. All right, their work is being appreciated. I see all the hard work they're putting into side order, and I'm very excited about it. So definitely excited to make more side order videos that I have planned. But yeah, that's really about it. So I'll see you next mission and play some goddamn Splatty.